guys, welcome to Daughter of Light Tarot. I want to explain that this is not a personal reading, it is general. So general messages for everyone to hear. It's not personal, it's not specific. But you being here to me means that there is a message, there is something here for you to hear. So if you are interested in a personal, you can contact me on Facebook or Instagram. The links are in the description box below. So let us see what messages you have for this week coming up. I'm going to set the piles out now. Okay, here we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. If you need a visual aid to help you choose, I'm going to put on some crystals now. Okay, for pile 1, we have the amethyst. Pile 2, we have the chrome stone. And pile 3, we have the snow. Okay, here we have the amethyst, just in case you're drawn to her. And here we have the chrome stone. Okay. And here we have the Snowflake Obsidian, in case you're drawn to this one. Pile 3. Okay, the timestamps are listed down below, so I'll see you in each of your piles. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the amethyst, then this is your pile. Okay, so let us see what messages you have for the week. Just a little bit of shuffling. Messages for pile 1 for the week. What does pile 1 have to know for this week? Okay, so we have 1, 2 messages for pile 1 for the week. Messages for pile 1 for the week. That one apparently. Alright. Okay. So first up we have the Queen of Cups. And we have the Death card. And the Fool reversed. Okay, with the Queen of Cups, I feel like you are coming from a place of tending to your emotional needs, your emotional regulation, learning the lessons of that it is your job to fulfill your needs, your emotional needs. Yes, it is sometimes other people's, I don't want to say responsibility, but other people do fulfill our needs as well, but it is up to us to get those needs fulfilled. So we're coming out of a space where we've been by ourselves, learning about the emotional responsibilities we've been having towards ourselves, and healing all the trauma from the past, healing the trauma that we've just come through, and learning lessons in the sense of just because other people do it, feel this way, or react this way, doesn't mean that we have to. Also, I feel like you're coming from a space of being cross or angry, or more in the sense of angry that this had happened to you, or angry or cross that this did happen. I don't want to say specifically that it was your fault, but it definitely feels like you did contribute to the situation. And I feel like you're coming away from that. Like you're learning to leave it behind. Like things happen and we can't change that it happened. But what we can change is how we think about things, therefore how we feel about it. So I feel like that's where you are coming from, moving from. And because of these lessons that we have learned, that you have learned, you're creating the necessary change to not repeat those experiences, but also by letting go of everything that you've held on to for so long, you're opening up right now space for new things to come in, for change to happen. It feels like you're creating this change yourself because of your conscious decision to let go, to move on. Like you've chosen that holding on to what you've been feeling and what you've been thinking and the anger, it's been holding you back. So you've now seen that there's, I don't want to say no point in holding on to it, but it serves no purpose. It does not serve your highest good. And because that's where you're coming from, you are creating the change that you're experiencing right now. It could be internal change, the way that you see things, the way that you perceive things, the way that you think about things, the way that you experience things. But because it changes on the inside, it changes on the outside too. You're now releasing and moving the things in your house, for example, that don't serve you anymore, that it's not functional, it's not purposeful. Like you're clearing out the baggage, the excess, that what is not needed. It feels like a major spring clean type vibe inside yourself as well as outside because of what you've been through. It feels clear moving forward, which is now again the Fool, which gets us to the Fool, which does talk about new beginnings. For some of you, it feels like you are climbing off your high horse and stepping onto the ground and earthing yourself, not seeing, I don't want to say seeing yourself better than others, but more in the sense of that you are not always right, because you've learned that other people's perspectives too are right, because that's where they're at. And just because you're not there doesn't mean that you are necessarily wrong or that they are wrong, but you've learned that between the two, each has their own perspective and where they're coming from. So I feel like you are leaving behind as well the need to have other people see your perspectives or see it the way that you see it. Instead, acceptance of both these views and that both of these views are right. That's what I'm seeing here. And I feel as though you know where you want to go, that you aren't just walking forward blindly. You know what you've learned. You now see things differently and you've chosen now to move this way forward. It's not like it's like you're going to step off a cliff. It feels like you know where it is you want to go. That's the energy I feel coming towards you. Whereas right now you are experiencing the changes, and because of these changes, it's opening a new path for you, a new road. One I think that you have felt in yourself always, since before, but you haven't been able to put your finger on it. But now it feels like your finger is on it and you are taking the road, the leap forward. The other message I feel here for you is where you've learned that your emotions are emotions and that they are temporary. It doesn't mean that they don't mean nothing. It is that they convey information to you. I feel that you've learned the same about your mind, that your mind and your emotions feed each other. So the message I feel here for you is to trust your intuition going forward, because it does guide you. And sometimes when you don't feel your intuition, doesn't mean it's not there. And it means that either way, what you choose is up to you. And to trust yourself. It doesn't mean that you can't trust your emotions or your mind, but it's speaking of moving forward with your own discernment and to trust yourself, because that's what you've learned from this. So that is also being acknowledged right now. And for others of you, the message is to not fear the change. Even if it's just a little change, don't fear it just because it's not the same as what you used to. In order to change or to grow or to experience things, we need to go through these things. And with some of you also feel like there's like little bits of change happening here, there in your reality. But remember, small things start out small to eventually end up going bigger. But the message is also not to fear that, but to embrace it, because you are the one in control of your experience. If you're going to have negative thoughts about it, you're going to have a negative experience. If you have positive thoughts about it, you're going to have a positive experience. If you get what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to pull an oracle card, Healing with the Angels, and see what messages they have for you. Messages for pile 1, please. All right. Celebrate your change. You've come far from where you are. It's a gift. You brought this for yourself. This is a gift you've given yourself. You're free. Celebrate it. They are celebrating with you. Like this is something big that you've gone through recently, or coming from. They want you to celebrate it. Be happy about it. Yes, there is a time and place to mourn things. There's also a time to celebrate. There's always time to celebrate and to appreciate and even acknowledge where you've come from and who you are right now, and the growth that has taken place in between. It's important to celebrate the future, to celebrate yourself. I mean, you are the one living through your experiences, creating your experiences. Okay, so they say about this card. The card means good news, it's cause for celebration, and it is time for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. The angels want you to know that this is a lightful time in your life. You've been working towards making changes, and your intentions have now manifested into form. This is time for you to fill your heart with warm feelings of gratitude. The angels ask you through this card to hold strong in this gratitude. You are like a gardener who plants seeds and nurtures them, because she has faith that her labors will yield new growth. Keep watering and tending to your seeds. You will soon see them sprouting through the surface. The angels are your co-gardeners who help you tend to your crop. Well, now, isn't that a lovely message? So just keep doing what you're doing and celebrate. That is all I have for you, pile 1. Thank you for being here. Thank you for picking this pile. And then also we thank the angels and our spirit guides and all that is. Stay safe, guys. And I will see you in the next reading. Also, if you like this reading, please like and subscribe for me. Thanks, guys. Bye. Well, hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. See what messages you have for this week. First, I'm just going to shuffle. Please bear in mind that this is a general reading and not a personal reading. So only take what messages you feel are for you, and don't take the rest. Okay, messages for pile 2, please. Messages for pile 2, please. Messages for pile 2, please. Ooh. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, a little chrome stone. For our first card, we have Temperance in reverse. Our second card, we have the Hanged Man. And our third card, King of Pentacles. First message I'm hearing straight up is hang tight. Literally. Okay, it feels like things up to this point has been I don't say unbalanced, but more in the sense of a little bit chaotic and crazy, all over the place, up and down. Like there hasn't been quite a balance with things that have been happening inside of you as well as outside of you, like mood swings, perhaps up and down, people in, out, bam, bam, things, people, places, like it's like this unbalanced. And That's what I'm feeling, that you are where you are coming from. And then what I'm feeling right now is there's no movement. Like what the hell happened? Like, people have been around, things have been like really crazy. Now it just feels like crick 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 crick. It feels like everything is at a standstill right now. And I feel like you perhaps might be a little bit worried about it or not quite understanding what's happening. But from where you are coming from, it feels like the contrast to what was recently or in the past. But I'm really feeling hang tight, because all of these things that have happened have been setting things in motion. I don't want to say quite like the calm before the storm, because it doesn't feel like a storm is coming. It feels more like abundance is coming. Like the crazy part is over and the stability is coming in towards yourself. It could be in the sense of a person who brings you stability and teaches you stability, but also more that from this period of where you are just hanging and where everything is calm, where things aren't happening in the sense of outside world, inside world, like it's just like it really feels like it's stopped dead for you. But it feels in the form of a person, or a teacher, a lover, a friend, that is coming in to teach you about stability. But it also feels like, because you are where you are now and experiencing what you are experiencing now versus what you have been experiencing, whether that could have been instability or just a lot of things happening at once. It feels like you are learning the balance in this period of quiet, that you are learning the balance to bring stability towards yourself. So the message I'm getting here is that quiet is not bad, that you must appreciate it while it lasts, because even though stability is coming towards you, as you can see, this picture is very, very, very busy. Busyness is coming towards you. Doesn't mean instability as it was in the past, because it has transformed now, changed into this. So what you are experiencing right now is allowing the space and the place for what is coming in towards you. This time of quiet and perhaps not necessarily solitude, but quiet and peace, it's your time to reflect on what has been and how you would like to take things forward. Also to your time for self-reflection, what you have learned, where you've come from, very important, and where you are now. It is your time to sit and look at things as they are. Because I also see that you might have thought things in the past to be a certain way when they turned out not to be. And I feel from that you've learned that the way you see things perhaps, or thought about things, is what gave you that perspective and contributed towards your instability or the craziness or the chaos, the wildness, should I say. So I feel like you've breached the gap between the two, and now is your chance to sit and observe what has been, what is, and what you would like to be. And by doing this and really taking a good look at yourself, you're making the space for all the things that aren't chaotic but healthy and stable to come in towards yourself. Whether that is in the form of people, places, things, decisions, experiences, it's all of that. Okay, so right now I'm feeling I need to get an angel card, oracle card for you guys, and see what messages they have for you. Okay. Message for pile 2, please. Message for pile 2, please. My goodness, did I say pile 1 in the beginning? I hope not. But messages for pile 2, please. I see this one that wants to come out. Oh, look at that. Okay, so for you, we got the soulmate card. First up, I see that there's a message of with the soulmate card that some of you are bringing two parts of yourselves together. The craziness, the wildness, the part of you that is very impulsive, with a part of you that is very stable and makes the best decisions for yourself and your future, for your highest good. I feel like you're bringing those two parts in together right now in this phase of yours that is quiet and stable, and quiet and not as crazy. Like you're blending in the two parts of yourselves, and you're learning to use them for making choices for yourself right now. Like there's a part of you that is impulsive, and you understand that this part of you thinks that this is the best choice for you, but you also understand that the part of yourself that likes things to be stable also just wants the best part of yourself. And I feel like you're learning to bring in a situation of win-win with both of these sides of yourself. Also perhaps the best for those in your life as well, because you've also learned that the decisions that you make for yourself does have an impact on those people around you, as well as the people around you that have made choices for themselves have an impact on you and perhaps your life. Not quite indirectly sometimes, but also emotionally. You know, if someone makes a decision that hurts someone else, you feel that pain indirectly. So I feel like you're considering these parts of yourself and your life, about life in general. Like you're considering these parts when you make your decisions moving forward. So well done on that. That is really quite impressive, because most people don't even think about that. They're not at all. So well done. This is also being acknowledged. But let's see what they say about this card. Also, I feel like I said, this person that's potentially coming in, that they are a soulmate. Not necessarily the soulmate, the romantic kind of soulmate, but one of those soulmates that help you to grow, that teach you, and that you teach, like a mutually beneficial relationship for your highest good, if that makes sense. Okay, the card meaning. Your prayer for a soulmate relationship is answered. Follow the guidance that you receive so that you may enjoy this gift of divine love. Doesn't necessarily mean the guidance of people, but it could also mean the guidance of your intuition, the guidance of random as messages that you get, like on the radio or on the TV, and you feel that there's a specific line that is talking to you, like you feel like, oh, they're talking to me, you know, one of those messages. Your heart yearns for big love. Since you are on the spiritual path, you deserve a partner with a similar philosophy and common interests. Can you have great passion and spiritual companionship with the same person? This card confirms that your answer is yes. By drawing this card, your angels ask you to trust in and follow their lead. Your angels have heard your prayers for a great love, and they guide you to take steps to manifest this desire. If you are in a current relationship, your angels ask you to release this partnership to them. Doesn't mean release the person, it means just put your relationship in the hands of the divine. In that way, they can help elevate your relationship to a soulmate level, or help you to gently end it so that your new love may appear. Either way, they will closely assist you and give you clear steps to take. So that is all I have for you today, for this week. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here with me. And I would also like to thank our angels, our spirit guides, and all that is. for the messages that we have for this week. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you for being here. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading and your messages for this week. Please remember that this is a general reading and not a personal reading. But let us see what messages you have. I'm just going to shuffle quick. Okay. That was easy. So first up we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And the King of Wands in an upright position. Alright, so the Page of Pentacles right now is speaking to me of a loss. Of having lost something, someone, someplace. It feels more materialistic in the world, but it could perhaps also refer to a person. But what else I see here is that it refers to you've also lost your focus in the material. By that I mean that almost it's not as important as it used to be to you. Kind of like it doesn't have any meaning. Not quite that it doesn't have any meaning, but more like it is important, yes, and you are here, yes, and you are living, yes, and having your experiences, yes. But it feels like, I don't want to say the will, but the extra oomph we have to do things, it doesn't feel like it's that important. Or perhaps that you've learned that you do work hard for things, but they aren't necessarily yours to keep, or not quite to keep, but the things in this material world are only borrowed temporarily, and that everything has an expiry date. That everything is temporary is what I feel like. That's where you're coming from, the lessons that you have learned. And I feel like because you have learned that and have moved away from the physical aspect, it's kind of like you aren't really getting along with people anymore, because what they care about is not necessarily what you care about. Also that you've lost that aspect in communication with people. Kind of like you don't necessarily see why people are like so involved with it, or like people have these, I don't want to say niche, but they have these things that they love doing, and like it brings them so joy, but kind of like coming from a place where I don't say you don't understand it, but you yourself don't necessarily feel it, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you don't have a thing to feel. It means that you've created yourself the space to create new meaning, if that makes sense, to find something new that makes you happy, or that you feel that passionate about. And it's okay if it's not something physical, it could be something spiritual. It doesn't have to be something physical. And also for some of you, I feel like that in the past you've had a spiritual awakening. where perhaps you've seen things, you perhaps communicated with your spirit guides, your higher self, and you've had experiences, but those experiences, it's kind of not quite like you're not experiencing them, but it's like they've changed. And because they've changed, you're not quite sure whether or not you should trust it. So perhaps you feel that, like, you know what you know, and the focus has then therefore just been on the material world, like going to work every day, doing your job, but there hasn't been anything that drives you, is what I'm feeling as well. But I want you to know that your gifts have changed, just not changed, like it's evolved as you have evolved. So it's like 1 + 1 coming together to create your current reality. Like, also, we can't always live in that world, in that realm, because then we don't focus on what is here now. And what is here now is just as important as the spiritual, because we are here to have the human experience. We are here to feel the emotions. We are here to be hurt, to get tired, to laugh, to cry, to have fun, to grieve, to mourn. Like that is why we are here. We are human after all. We do have to be here to experience this. So I feel like because you feel this sense of loss, that they are bringing in something for you. They are bringing you in a gift. It's not necessarily what you were hoping for or wishing for, but it is exactly what you need, because that's how it works. It is always exactly what we need. They are giving you a little hand. Well, a big hand, but a little hand. It feels like they are leading you, guiding you, and directing you to something that you are passionate about, that you do feel passionate about. They want you to trust where you're at, and to understand that what is no longer has created the space for what is going to bring you joy and make you, or allow you to feel that passion. But don't just like shoot everything down. Just like actually try it. Just try it. Like what have you got to lose? Just try. Experience everything, even if it's just to experience it, not to have this wow feeling. Just say that you have the experience, because we are here to experience. The message that I'm getting with this King of Wands is to don't look for something specific, because then you'll miss it. Allow yourself to experience all of it, because that way you'll find it. It doesn't mean say yes to everything, but experience it, because that is how they're going to bring it to you, and how you are going to be the other half of that, and to reach out to it is to go ahead and experience it. And the other message is to don't be afraid of losing something that was, or don't expect that what you have lost is going to be the same of what's coming in, because it feels very different. Like it might look like the same thing, it might smell like the same thing, it might feel like the same thing, but it's not. It's not the same. Remember, everything changes, comes back, it's a spiral. You experience everything in a different form again. Like, take it, experience it, don't be afraid. It's okay if you are, but take it. So I want to see what angel card there is for you today with your reading. So like, you are going in the right direction, but you need to be willing to experience things, to get things. You need to be willing to give to get. It's the message I'm getting here with this Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so almost again. Okay, what messages do you have for pile 3? What messages do you have for pile 3? There we go. Playfulness. You see, go out and experience. Approach things like a child would. You know, be willing to experience the new things. Be willing to have fun. Be willing to experience fun. I mean, like, there's nothing to lose. And every step you take is not wasted because you've experienced something. You've gained a part of yourself. Like, even if you don't enjoy it, you know, you at least now you know, whereas before you didn't. And you might find something that you really, really do enjoy doing. So the major message here is to go out and try. Let's see what they say about this card. All right, it says about this card: fun and play is the angel's way. They guide you to add fun to your life and to know that fun is a necessity, not a luxury. The angels know that you have a lot of responsibilities and that you need a steady flow of time, money, and other resources. By drawing this card, the angels want you to know that regular doses of fun can help you accomplish your goals. You may protest that you don't have enough time, money, or energy to play, yet your angels assure you that playfulness is a wonderful investment that yields immediate returns. When you have fun and laugh, you relax. This relaxation gives you a greater inflow of ideas, spiritual connections, divine guidance, and energy. With the new inspirations and energy, you can better manifest your desires. Your relaxed and radiant personality attracts wonderful and helpful people to you. Your positive outlook creates new opportunities for you. And when you look at life in this way, you can't afford not to have fun. So what I'm really hearing here is to open yourself up to these new experiences and to enjoy them. It changes your perspectives and it brings you light. And it releases endorphins in your brain, which is very, very, very important. So open, experience, and have fun. It will draw to you what you are looking for yourself. It will draw to you what you are looking for. And that is all I see for you today. Thank you for being here with this reading for me, with me. Thank you for watching. And I want to thank the angels and our spirit guides and all that is for our messages for this week. If you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thank you for being here. Bye.